This is going to be huge. I can't wait.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, Sabah Homasi and Muhammed Abdullah. We're talking about two top-tier middleweights coming out to put on a show, and both men looking to destroy one another.
Matchmaker Mr. Michael Pettinelli says the best two fights are still to come, ladies and gentlemen. And he says we're rolling with it, no intermission right now. So Southgate, Michigan, are you ready for your co-main event of the evening? Make some noise for your fighters as they make their way out to the WXC cage. First, fighting out of the blue corner, making his way out, here comes UFC veteran Sabah Homasi.
Well, here we go.
And
It's about to get really, really, really serious now.
However, gentlemen, when we mentioned that someone's a UFC veteran, we should mention that they were 0-3.
With that being said, though, to play devil's advocate, in order to get even invited to the dance,
Big time.
You got to be a special type of fighter.
I mean, we got to look at these competitors here, too. I mean, Abdul Razak.
Yeah, Abdul Razak Al-Hassan is an animal.
He knocked him out twice in the first round.
Well, the first
He's
fight,
tough.
the first stoppage was controversial. The second time they fought, there was no questioning it. But I know this, Sabah wants desperately to get back to the dance and wants to make Muhammad the first example of why he deserves to be in the big show.
And he's fought Eric Moon.
Yeah, and he has a
at Bellator,
and he has a knockout victory over Pride and UFC veteran Jorge Patino, probably the biggest win of his career up until this point.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. The truth is, Sabah belongs. The question is, does Muhammad?
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's exactly where we are.
And I would not want to fight a guy that just went 0-3 in the UFC. I would not want to fight a guy like that because he's got to be.
I mean, he's itching to erase this losing streak, and that's the hard part. When you reach that level and you fight that level of competition, everything changes.
There's levels to this.
Yeah.
And that's what I meant when I said they should mention that, because this dude is hungry.
Oh yeah, he's scary.
There's levels to this, and there's a difference between, and a distinct difference between a guy that's a good professional on a regional scene
and a UFC fighter.
And it's hard to describe, but there's been examples of guys that have been UFC vets that have stepped inside of the WXC cage, that have fought guys that have been, good regional fighters, but the difference between a good regional fighter and a guy that's made it to the dance, there's levels to this.
I remember us seeing that quite a few times where we said, the gap is big.
All I can say is that literally there's levels to this.
Well, you know who's watching this contest with his eyes peeled on the action is the man who has a victory over Muhammed Abdullah recently, and that's our champion, Dequan Townsend. Now, I can't remember if he's the welterweight, middleweight, or super light heavyweight champion.
I don't think anybody knows at
I
this
think
point.
he's 245 pounds, and I don't care. But if Muhammed Abdullah defeats Sabah Homasi tonight,
if he gives a good showing, I mean, in all honesty, if he puts up a hell of a fight, that almost is enough to ring the bell, right?
We're going to see Dequan Townsend lobbying harder than the pharmaceutical companies are to keep the feds from legalizing marijuana, baby. Woo!
Well, thank God we're in Michigan.
Yes.
Right?
Federally, it's coming soon.
I wouldn't be
We got
surprised.
Sabah Homasi stepping inside of the WXC cage for the first time. Excited to see this cat scrap, man.
Professional.
Looks in good shape, ready to go. We're going to give it.
And his opponent making his way out to the WXC red corner. This is Muhammed Abdullah.
Yeah, it's funny too. Sada he trains with American Top Team, one of my favorite camps, one of my favorite places to go train at, and I think one of the most well-rounded gyms, and I've been around the block, and I love going there. It's just a different place.
No, absolutely. It's one of the, I believe in 2017 it won Gym of the Year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And for a good reason, man.
I absolutely agree, and I've been just about everywhere.
If you're not sure, go do a quick Google search of all the fighters that are under that American Top Team umbrella.
And you know what I love? A lot of places, they get really big in a certain weight class or weight category. What I love with ATT is it don't matter. You man, woman, lightweight, flyweight, heavyweight, it don't matter. They got someone for you every single time, and that's the beauty of that gym.
No, you're absolutely correct. And on the flip side of that, Muhammed Abdullah, to get a victory over a guy like
Sabah, be huge.
And a gym like American Top Team, that's vital to his career. So both these guys got a lot to gain and a lot to lose in this fight.
Yeah, and let's be honest, that fight with Daquan, in my opinion, Muhammad was winning that fight.
Yeah, I think he was winning the fight up until the point of where he got caught.
Yeah.
He's got a win over, excuse me,
John
Troyer, Robert Gidron, Greg Millard. I mean, so he's been in there with some tough competition.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin with the introductions, I'd like to remind everyone the official WXC after party is being held tonight at Rocky's Pub. 18 and older are welcome with valid ID. Doors are 8 p.m. till 4 a.m. Hanging out tonight, the official WXC after party. And now it's time for your co-main event introductions. WXC fight fans, are you ready for your co-main event? Say yeah! The following contest is in the middleweight division and will be decided in 3 rounds or less. This contest is being brought to you by Barrientos Concrete Construction, New Radio Media, and Luke Door Athletic. Introducing all 3 men in the cage at this time, starting with your referee, James Lee. And now, your co-main event fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black and white trunks, standing 6 feet tall, he weighed in at 184 pounds. He is an aggressive jazz dancer with a record of 11 wins and 8 losses, with 2 of those wins coming by way of submission and 8 big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of American Top Team by way of Detroit, Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, here is UFC veteran Sabah the Sleek Sheik Homasi. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed in red. Standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, he weighed in at 185 pounds. He's a freestyle mixed martial artist representing Vision MMA Dayton and Goonie Tunes Training Systems. He comes to the cage with a record of 11 wins and 4 losses, with 5 of those big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing Highland Park, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, here is Muhammed the Hurricane Abdullah. Referee James Lee with fight instructions.
Gentlemen, went over the rules in the locker room. I want a good, hard, clean fight. I want you to be at my commands at all times. Touch him up.
Well, a few years ago,
here we go.
People said Muhammed Abdullah was on his way. He never quite made it. Sabah Homasi made it and wants to get back. I, too, have been known to be quite the aggressive jazz dancer, so I got my eyes on this contest, and it's ready to start. The door's locked. Let's go!
There we go. Yeah. In every intro, we see a little bit of jazz hands. So I'm with you. Oh, heavy.
Hard shot, early.
Big overhand, so just missing.
Oh, caught him with a left hook.
Yeah. Oh,
and a hard knee.
You know, you took the words right out of my mouth, Butcher. You know, for a couple of years there was talked about it, whether or not Muhammad deserved the shot, if he was, you know, had the type of talent that it can make that transition to the dance. And this is a test of whether or not he is that caliber of a fighter.
Well, this is, you know what I mean? You can fight local guys and beat them, and you can say, hey, I deserve it. This is where you really, really, really find out, because this is a guy who's been there. Now you got to show that you belong. And to do that, you got to beat him.
Use that head. Hit that head.
Yeah, Sabah landed a big left hook early in the fight and followed out with a beautiful flying knee.
Yeah, and the thing with Muhammad is he likes to fight and keeping a bit of distance and use smooth boxing, and Sarah's just not giving him that.
Yeah, Sabah likes to bang, but he also has phenomenal wrestling too. So
yeah. Oh, wow. Those calf shots are landing, and they're landing hard.
Oh, nice knee.
That one folded him there a little bit. Although he might have been changing levels.
Yeah, I mean, definitely changing levels. But, you know, as of right now, Homasi's been landing at will.
You're out. There it is. Now you.
I mean, if you remember when Drew got in the cage with Chris,
I like that head.
it felt a little bit like this. It felt like all the stuff that used to work didn't quite just work, and there's a bit of that right now. The question is, can he adjust?
Yeah, because that's the fight within the fight.
Yeah, it is. And some people make the adjustment, and I'm not saying Muhammad can't, but he has to.
Yeah, the ability to make in-fight adjustments is a sign of a true professional and a true world-class fighter.
Yeah, that's different kind of people.
There we go. Hey, speed now.
Very, very explosive.
Pick your spot. Hey, touch that calf again if you want.
Homasi's got him opened up.
And if you can start making Muhammad think, that's your friend. And Muhammad wants to say, all right, I'm not gonna panic, but I'm gonna dig. I'm gonna dig deep.
Look where you're getting punched.
He's got to stop the onesies though.
Yeah, Sabah's been having some success with that.
That left leg of Abdullah starting to swell up.
Yeah, and he's calf slicing those kicks too. He's not being kind with where those goes.
We're just seeing kind of Muhammad just shook his head and looks frustrated this early into the fight.
Well, the catch is if he's caught thinking right now, that's trouble. At this point, this should be reacting, feeling, flowing, and adapting. And it's hard. But Muhammad is tough, man. He's been through so many wars that I just know he's going to give it what he's got.
No, he's in this fight for a reason, man.
Yeah.
He's a game competitor. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah. He switched to a southpaw stand, though, because of that leg being messed up.
Straight right there. Two, down the middle. There we go.
Oh, chopping at those legs, man.
Don't time it. Feint and go. 1 minute now. 1 minute, Sabah.
Yeah, he's going to be looking at that overhand right again.
Quite the spring in Sabah Homasi's step, as he's told. 1 minute remains in the round.
Talking about how good Muhammad is, though, the fact that he's switching to southpaw and doing just fine, even better, actually, I'd say.
Touch your leg with a thrust.
Beautiful side kick off the missed kick to initiate that exchange. And all it takes is a couple of shots.
That leg is not looking good.
30 seconds.
I was saying all it takes is a couple of shots to start to build that confidence, to settle in.
Yeah, I think the adrenaline at this point's gone. You realize that you're fighting just another human, and you can start settling in and adapt to some of these things, like, you know, the power, the pressure, all those type of things.
Yeah, getting through the first round is a small victory.
Yeah, I mean, especially because you know, my biggest concern is the leg. That left leg of Muhammed Abdullah is not looking good.
Yeah, good round for Sabah Homasi.
Yeah, it is.
Hurt him early with the left hook. Did a lot of damage with those leg kicks.
Holy bananas, man. This is it's a great fight. And I really hope we see Muhammad make some of these adjustments because he's still there.
No, absolutely. And he's demonstrated in the past that, you know, he does have the ability to make an in-fight adjustment, but there, like I said, you know, I don't know, not to beat a dead horse, but there are levels in this, and there's a difference between making an in-fight adjustment versus a B plus fighter. A B fighter versus an A fighter. There's a difference there, and we'll see if he can rise to the occasion.
Well, I think the thing is, he's dealt with a lot of leg kicks in his life, and they've never threatened him to the point that he had to make major adjustments to it. And here he is. He's never had to deal with the kind of power, the kind of pressure, whatever. And here he is. But he's still here. And that's worth an awful lot. But he's got to figure this thing out. He's got that leg is not cooperating well with him. He's got a huge mouse on that. It is almost looking like you have a separation in the muscle.
It's getting worse by the second.
Yeah, I mean, that thing is just growing like a welt. And he's going back out into an orthodox stance. It's a quick switch, probably a wise thing to do.
Touch that body if you want to.
But talk about being able to switch to southpaw stance and stay game. Whoa!
Strong left hand.
Yeah, and landing a couple shots.
I think you called it, Harley. He gained confidence by making it through the round.
Nice right hand from Muhammad.
Pushed off that left leg just fine.
Well, now he belongs, doesn't he?
Yes, sir.
Love it. Here we go. One thing with Muhammad is he got great takedown defense, and has always been able to evade this with a high accuracy. Not perfect, but high accuracy. Here we are.
Another takedown and a tight grip around the body by Sabah Homasi on Muhammed Abdullah.
Roll him now. Roll him slow. Grip and rip.
Shots from the top. There you go. Shots from the top. Put him again.
Sabah does have some pretty vicious ground and pound, so let's see if he can get the work from here.
Pretty heavy hips.
Yeah, that heavy pressure, you could tell. As soon as you see a guy not being cool with having his knees on the ground and pushing off to get it to his toes, you know he wants to hit with bad intentions. Oh, I don't know if I love that.
One hook.
Looking for the choke.
Two hooks.
Yeah, this is dangerous.
Not where you want to be.
Yeah, Muhammad's going to have to try to get his back to the mat. He's still got a lot of time left in the round.
Walk your fingers on your right hand. Walk your fingers.
Yeah, and against a very, very strong opponent, this is super dangerous.
He's got an arm in, but he's still inflicting some pain here.
And the thing is, because
breathing really heavy though.
Sabah's right hand is deep.
Yeah.
As soon as he gets that left hand out.
He almost did.
Muhammad is doing a pretty good job hand fighting right now. Though. He's going to try to get his back flat to the mat.
So the thing is, Sadai's breathing really heavy. I think, you know, this is where if you are Muhammad, you got to explode.
Does he have the bicep here?
Nice defense so far, but again, like I said,
There's a body triangle there.
he's got to turn before the body triangle gets put on.
Yeah, Muhammad is doing a good job
controlling
turn. The choking hand.
Yeah, he's looking to make a quick, explosive turn, but he's got to shake that hand.
2 minutes.
There you go.
He did it.
Nice reversal by Muhammed Abdullah, but Sabah Homasi with an excellent scramble.
Oh, I saw
Sabah's
Muhammad
corner
grinning.
settling him down, but then a devastating shot.
Hard knee to the body.
Really hurt Abdullah.
Abdullah showing a ton of heart here, though, to get back to his feet.
Hands up, hands up!
He got hurt to the body, though, and he's still not fully recovered. Sabah Homasi pouring it on here.
Looking for a knee. Looking for a knee to the head here.
Muhammad is amazing at surviving and finding a way to reset himself.
How is he
that
weathering
liver
this storm?
again? Holy bananas!
He was saying something to his corner.
man, he's a big. I'll tell you this: he belongs in the cage. That's for sure. He's proven that.
He's tough as nails, man. A game competitor, and it's an honor to call his fights, man. I love having him inside of the WXC cage.
Yeah.
But Sabah Homasi looks phenomenal right now.
Yeah, I mean, he is.
Right over that left knee. Big step. Big step. Big step.
It's about a minute left now in the second round, and again, I see Homasi breathing heavy, and if one thing I know about Muhammad is that he's got cardio for days. You just got to let him recover some of this damage that's been put on him.
But you can see that grip. That grip is hurting him. We were talking about that earlier when he put him down on the mat. He squeezed.
He might have, Frank might have broken a rib.
Yeah.
You can just tell by the way that he's wincing when he's that
He's
body
been
lock.
grimacing really, really bad.
And he said something to his corner, and he might have communicated it.
Yeah.
I think I broke the rib.
Yeah.
And if that is the case, the fact that he's still out here trying to get out of victory, you can see how he's lowering his right arm.
Right now, he's got to put it into a haymaker or something, because Homasi's
10
tired.
seconds in the round.
That body kick hurt him.
Hands up. Back out of there. 10 seconds. No takedown.
So a gutsy performance by Muhammed Abdullah, suffering
that's
what looks like a pretty
unbelievable.
significant rib injury. Sabah Homasi up 2 rounds to none, but
He's earning it.
yeah, Muhammed Abdullah making him work for it.
Earning every bit of it, but Abdullah is definitely in trouble.
Yeah, and especially with the injured rib.
And the leg. Don't forget that leg. He didn't seem to. I mean, the adrenaline must have covered up that leg when he was throwing those shots. He was pushing off it very well.
And there was that knee to that body that dropped him.
Yeah, and he scrambled out of it.
And you could tell though when he got up and he was wincing, and you knew there was something wrong. Even the way that he was dropping his right hand to protect that rib, he's favoring it right now.
Yep.
But hey, hats off to him because the guy's got a ton of heart to still be out there. So here we go.
Sabah, hands up. That's the most important thing. Hey, consistency.
Third and final round of what has been a Sabah Homasi fight, but there's been a tale of 2 tapes. One with Muhammed Abdullah showing him great heart, and the other with Sabah Homasi demonstrating just the high caliber of fighter that he is.
When you're ready, get a level change and hit that right over the top.
Nice left hand. Muhammed Abdullah landing some big shots.
He's hurting him.
Oh!
But they're trading.
Big left hook from Muhammed Abdullah. Sabah Homasi in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, another left hook.
He's hardly throwing any back here. Abdullah throwing the kitchen sink at his opponent here.
Yeah, Muhammad, this is his thing. He's got cardio for days,
And heart
he's
for
got
days,
the
man.
will and heart for weeks, months. I don't know what to say, but man,
No, don't you dare give
look at that.
up. Don't you give that up.
And this fight has taken a complete 360.
Well, he has to continue, don't you think?
You got it. I know what you're doing. Go for that.
What a grind. This has been, yeah, you think about what Muhammad has overcome just to be here. That leg, that rib, liver, whatever.
An injury in each round.
Big elbow.
Homasi appears to
Oh,
almost
he's
be out of
exhausted.
gas.
Oh, no way.
Beautiful inside leg trip.
And Uchiigari to save his life. I get to say more Japanese stuff. I feel pretty cool. Oh my God!
Sweep!
This is trouble. I mean, this is
Sabah's
trouble.
in trouble because he's tired. And Abdullah, everybody in the crowd on their feet.
3 minutes.
Yeah, this is a fight, man.
Tons of
shots to the
elbows right
body.
there to
Can
the
I just call the UFC right now and say, I mean, come on, man, give this guy a shot. Do you like hard? Do you like striking? I mean, come on, man. Muhammad is just relentlessly saying, I want this more. And now it's Homasi's time. He's got to answer the call.
Abdullah pouring it on, big right hand.
Did he just knock him out on top of him there from the bottom? That was crazy.
No.
Listen, you can teach a lot of things, but one thing that you can't teach is what Muhammed Abdullah has, which
Heart.
is phenomenal. Yeah, exactly, heart. A phenomenal will to not give up, to face adversity. He's got 2 minutes. He's got to.
And to go with that, the cardio. I mean, look at him. He's wincing in pain from the rib or whatever. But at the end of the day, you know, he's pushing.
He's controlling this fight in the third round.
Somehow pushing the fight. Yeah.
Controlling it. And Sabah's fighting back.
Sabah's right now surviving.
To no avail.
Which is crazy to even think about that. Nice.
One thing that Sabah is doing well is controlling the left hand of Muhammed Abdullah.
But I gotta say that Abdullah has to finish to win this fight still, right?
No. This is not a title fight. Ooh. This is not a title fight.
It's the last round.
It is the last round. Holy bananas. Yeah, I really do think he has to.
Yeah, I do too. Unless he's...
I mean, 10-8s, that's going to be at a draw, right?
This has been a very dominant round. I don't think you can call it a 10-8, though. I think he needs to finish.
Probably define the criteria for a 10-8, don't forget.
Looking for a Darce.
Get up!
Oh my God!
Here we are.
Both on their feet.
Well, if Muhammed Abdullah doesn't have Sabah Homasi's respect, he's earned it tonight.
Oh yeah. Well, we have a new fight of the night.
Deep water.
Absolutely.
Oh!
Fireworks.
Beautiful head movement. We got 30 seconds left.
Trading blows.
It's been a wild
man.
third round.
Yeah, I mean, not a 10-8 round, but you know what? He came in, and when he found his legs, here he is, and he's pushing the pace. Muhammad is doing a phenomenal job. I'm just worried that it's too little too late.
Nice body shots.
Oh!
Big right hand from Sabah.
Damn, what a fight!
Fight of the night.
Absolutely.
This fight's gonna go to the distance.
And it's still going to the judges' scorecards.
Sabah Homasi and Muhammed Abdullah just put on a
Wow,
show.
what a fight. Do you think either of them expected this?
No.
I really don't either. This was
phenomenal
a fight of the year, fight of the whatever.
That's a fight of the year type candidate.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
Muhammed Abdullah earned a fan in Daquan Townsend cage side just now. They were very celebratory.
Yeah.
Look back at the action. Abdullah started to pour it on in this third round, started to find his range. There was that left hook that was landing over and over.
Homasi kept defending and backpedaling here, trying to counterpunch, and that didn't work.
Man.
And look at the energy. He's still doing jumping knees. That's what the thing is. Muhammad
pushing
got
up that
amazing cardio, and what a fighter he is.
Yeah, man. Hats out to Muhammed Abdullah to battle an injury like that and to come back and to be able to almost finish a fight of the caliber of Sabah Homasi. But hats out to Sabah to be able to weather that.
Yeah.
Hurt Abdullah late in the fight. I mean, wow.
And you saw
incredible fight.
Homasi fading towards the late second round, and that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Both guys. Yeah, both guys put on an absolute show. Fight for a fight that we're not going to forget anytime soon.
No.
Man.
Let's find out what the judges said, shall we, gentlemen?
Yeah.
What a fight, what a fight. Southgate, Michigan, make some noise for your co-main event fighters. After 3 rounds of professional mixed martial arts, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge Steckel scores the contest 29-28. Judge Gallo and Judge Lafrate match those scores at 29-28. all for your winner by unanimous decision, Sabah Homasi.
I mean, that was the call.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how much you see that last round and you say, man, what a valiant effort, it doesn't add up to a W for Muhammed Abdullah
But Muhammad made him work for him, man.
Oh,
It's a moral
did he
victory
ever?
for sure.